Hello guys, welcome back to the news. The unpleasant situation in Rivers State has taken another turn. In a fresh twist, we all saw how the former head of service in Rivers, George Nweake, accused Governor Fubara of sponsoring the recent explosion that occurred at several oil facilities in the state. He made a whole lot of accusations. He also alleged that Governor Fubara masterminded the burning of the Rivers State House of Assembly complex in a bid to prevent his impeachment. Nweake made these claims during a press briefing in Abuja following his resignation from office under the sole administrator of Rivers State, the Vice Admiral Ibom Eti Ibas. And despite expressing his gratitude to Fubara for appointing him, he stated that his aim was merely to clarify records and counter false narratives circulating on social media. So he also thanked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for intervening in the crisis. He thanked Tinubu for bringing about a state of emergency in Rivers State. Nweake further alleged that during the political turmoil, Fubara instructed his then chief of staff, Edison Ehi, to set fire to the Rivers House of Assembly complex just to prevent his impeachment. According to him, another attempt was made to destroy the lawmakers' residential quarters, but was thwarted by a press conference organized by the Rivers Youth Elders and National Assembly lawmakers. Nweake then urged the Niger Delta leaders to support the emergency rule imposed on Rivers State, claiming that Governor Fubara and other Ijaw leaders sponsored the sabotage of the oil facilities in Rivers State. He was just talking about the Ijaw people, that Fubara has, leveraged the Ijaw people. He leveraged Ijaw influence. He wants to leverage Ijaw influence in the 2027 elections. He was making all sort of allegations. And Governor Fubara quickly responded to those allegations and refuted them. He dismissed the claims, where he called out to Nigerians that Nigerians should disregard those claims. He quickly called out to Nigerians that Nweake's statement was politically motivated. Now, you see that politics is a very, very dirty game. This Nweake was once an ally of Governor Fubara. And the way he was sounding, he seemed to have accepted an offer from Fubara's opponent. If not, why would he resign his appointment as the head of service in the first place? It's either he was threatened to resign or they paid him to resign. Because while he was speaking, you would note that it was as if he was reading it from a book pamphlet. He was reading it. So one may say that this man was speaking under duress. Tell me, how come he traveled to Abuja to make that press conference? Why didn't he make the press conference in Rivers State? And he lodged at a very luxurious hotel in Abuja, the Transcoop Hotel in Abuja. How come he could afford that hotel? I mean, so many people did not believe what the man said. And guys, we all know that this is politics. This is a game of strategy and conspiracy. And with what they are doing, I think they are trying to make sure that Governor Fubara does not come back again as a governor, even after his 6 months suspension. I think that is what they are trying to do. Now, we saw what happened. His wife called Governor Fubara and was crying that they kidnapped her husband. She was crying to Governor Fubara that they kidnapped her husband. She don't know where her husband is. That her husband is acting very strange, And many people were wondering, how come this man, that the wife was crying over, this man was in Abuja And he released a press statement. So how come the wife was now saying her husband was kidnapped and all of that? This is all political conspiracy. She was crying to Fubara that Fubara should help her. And Governor Fubara was like, your husband betrayed me. Your husband betrayed me. Why was he making such statements? Why was he making such statements? And we all know that Dr. Nweake has been compromised. He has been compromised. And whatever he was saying was aimed at fulfilling his promise to those who may have paid or coerced him to lie against Governor Fubara. This is just a desperate attempt to discredit Governor Fubara and to undermine his suspension. And to undermine his suspension. And this same Dr. Nweake granted another interview. He was still at that Transcoop Hotel. He granted another interview that he was not kidnapped, that he's in Abuja, that he's at the Transcoop Hotel where he's lodging, and he's not kidnapped. In fact, he's fine, he's okay. And guys, what sort of drama is this? How much is this HOS salary that he could afford paying the most expensive hotel in Abuja? In fact, one of the most expensive hotel in Abuja. Where did he get such amount of money from to lodge at that hotel? I'm sure he may have accepted an offer from some certain persons. And all these are just scripts. They are just plain scripts. They are just plain scripts. It is so unfortunate that they've turned Rivers State upside down. Because when we saw his resignation, people were like wondering, what's happening? Why did he resign? He later said he resigned willingly. Why did he resign? This man has not told us the truth behind his immediate resignation. And they immediately installed another person. Immediately he resigned, the sole administrator of Rivers State swore in another person. So at this point, politicians are just something else. Today, you are with someone, tomorrow, you are betraying the person. Politics and betrayal go hand in hand. They are like two faces of a coin or two sides of a coin. They go hand in hand. It is just so unfortunate that Fubara and the Rivers people are going to be caught up in this mess. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? Imagine Nweake. And it was said that even before he made this statement, he was asking Governor Fubara for money. It was alleged that this same man was begging Governor Fubara for money. So I don't really know what happened along the line. He suddenly turned his back on his benefactor, Governor Fubara, and started speaking against him. So guys, make una come shook mouth for this matter. With the way things are going, Nweake will end up destroying Tinubu's government before we reach 2027. Because by then, Tinubu will have no one to support him. Because Nweake is doing all the work. I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.